some hype music to get us into the last hype game for Group B. Some might say it would be nipple rubbing good, as Cormac was just doing that before we started.
There's context. There's context there, man. There's context there. We got complimented on the production side saying we had nice shirts, and I was like, thank you very much, because it's a new shirt today. Leave me alone, James. Thank you very much.
Mr. Nipple Rubber over here.
It's the hype at the last game, okay? I'm just getting excited.
I could tell, mate. I could tell.
Go.
I'm glad you're that passionate about PUBG, right? I'm not against it. I'm in. And PGA team, they've hit that 200 threshold. And no tag team, look how far away they are. No, the standings went so quickly, but I understand why. We are getting into this game, and that is what we want to see right now. We're going to understand exactly which teams are going to be able to make it coming into this final game.
Yeah, and to be honest, the biggest two teams that we're going to be looking at is ELGIGANTEN, Jokers, and no tag team. So,
man.
Jokers are on 180 points in 8th place. No tag team are in 9th place with 173.
Yep.
And ELGIGANTEN are in 7th place with 189. But because they haven't got a chicken dinner, I'm going to say it's still, they're still not out of the woods just yet.
Now, PGA team, right, going to feel very confident they've made it now. But do you take that risk that some madness could happen, that you go out early? So I would love to see them get back-to-back chicken dinners and have 3 in one day. All of a sudden, that'd be the hugest turnaround.
It would be probably kind of a bigger turnaround than what Tempest have pulled out. Because they'll have done it in one day, and it's pretty much a set of 4 games.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of water. We've gone up to the northeast.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of teams already within it, but look at the northern side. Mongnai, Cal, Tapmok, no one is there. Which does mean for teams like ASM and stuff, when they do get across the bridge, maybe go past the Wildcats, there'll be some areas to take. But I think a lot of these teams who are down the far south, they're going to be thinking, holy hell, we need to rotate early. And remember, it's such a small map that this is going to be, again, another one of those ones that go incredibly crazy, especially with how much water's there. This land is going to get cut off. And if that goes north on the first shift, then we are going to be on minimal land from the very beginning, Cormac.
Oh, what a great Phase 1 circle for a last map of Sanhok in Group B. I tell you who does have a solid entryway into the circle. We saw them do something kind of not directly similar, but really rotate really fantastically yesterday. That was Tempest. They can just go across the coastline because there's a lot of little compounds that they can hit along the way, so they can pick up extra loot and they can find a good position around Mongnai.
Let's see if that's the way it can go down for these guys. PG18 currently on your screen. They sit at the moment in 5th place. They've jumped up from being, 9th place today when they started, I think it was?
They were pretty much in 9th place, yeah.
So, yes, they were in 9th place? Pretty much? Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So, they were in 9th place, and they've jumped all the way to 5th place off having 2 chicken dinners, but also just solid games coming out from overall. And Unique, they're going to turn things around here on to brute force. Maken goes down, not finished off just yet, but they'll be looking to turn this around and Unique group up to see if any of the other brute force players want to react on this. And what I like is he killed him over there towards the west-hand side of him. They've now pushed around and got standing backing him up going on the east. So what they might be able to do is circle around the BF players who come to try and help him out. This could be huge. You could end up stabbing a couple more BF players in the back.
Hell yeah, and then even to kind of...
Oh, no!
My lord, the return comes around.
That's huge.
AmerouuS takes down PVVM from Unique.
Oh, standing. You saw him. He just zoomed in and unzoomed out. He wasn't ready for it. Grag's now trying to turn this around. They haven't got the best weaponry they would have wanted to start this off with. BF Hawk doing more damage as well. Grag, you've got to land these ones. You've got to make it work. Damage being done. Hawk's put under pressure, but Grag, he can't hang around too long.
He did get enough shots off to push Hawk back and allowed himself to reposition, get into the building and provide that level of cover, heal himself off, but then they're still behind 3. He finds the shots, but not enough. HalloSenpai gets the knockdown onto Dez out.
I believe in Greg. He's got the BSS. No. He's got a nade in his hand. The nade's going out. The timing's perfect. They both get knocked. BF under pressure. Greg's going to go in and he's finishing them off. He's saying it's not going to be any time for you guys to make this work. But he may now back away. Maybe he got scared. Did a shot come out towards him?
I think he's just playing it super safe. I think he went back into the building, peeked, and then just made sure he could get those kills off. We did see AmerouuS being able to be revived, so it's still a 2-man brute force team, but we're seeing double in the kill feed, knockdown Spyro from Northern Lights. So this is Team Moops going up against Northern Lights. Unique get eliminated in 16th place straight away. We're less than 4 minutes in. This is Sanhok, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Sanhok. Welcome to Moops. This is our territory. This is our place to shine. More damage being done. Reggie's on the floor. They should be able to bring him back up. They found 2 kills already, but they're not done yet. Double gets another one. Perfectix is on the floor, and the Moops continue fighting forward, pushing up. Deep trying to spray him down, trying to get the damage done, but he isn't able to get any knocks in. That's not what you want to see. Deep now having to fall back. He doesn't want to risk this. He's the last member left alive for Northern Lights. Yes, they're qualified. Yes, they're in second place, but he wants to do the best he can in this spot. Reggie slowly moving forward. Airstation Mike drowning to them deaths. It didn't work out well for them this time around at all, but it doesn't matter because they'll still be finishing in first place.
They tried to go around in the boat. They might actually not finish in first place. On a side note, they're only 5 points ahead of Northern Lights, and yes, the Deep, Deep is kind of the only. Deep is the only one that's left standing, but he could still get enough points to put them ahead. Hell, even Tempest and the Moops could end up going ahead of Airstation Mike, but it doesn't matter because Airstation Mike has still secured their spot and gotten in. AmerouuS from behind. Brute Force, 1 or 2 remaining members, gets in the knockdown on the hockey.
Moops always seem to be able to be in a position where even if a player gets knocked, they're close enough by that they're not getting finished off and the teammates around them. AmerouuS there had a great drop on him, but he couldn't commit to anything else there. He's instantly forced back. The teamwork here from Moops continues to shine. I love watching these guys on Sanhok. I know people complained when Sanhok came into this, but this has been hype as hell this week. This has started to deliver, and I think teams, the more time they spend on it, the more times they know they have to take it seriously. We'll start to see this evolve. The meta will change around this style of map.
If you want a lesson on how to handle Sanhok, you look at Team Moops. They are dominating this map. All their chicken dinners have come from Sanhok. If they can end with another chicken dinner, maybe take over the top spot, it will be a very good end to Group B for them. But it'll all kick off next week and reset as they'll go up against the 8 teams from Group A, of course.
Now, Cormac, let me ask you this. Was there any team in Group A that was quite as dominant on Sanhok? Not even close?
No, it was very spread out.
Yeah, see, that's why I think teams should be scared, because if you were one of the teams that went, no, it doesn't belong in the map pool, and you just didn't end of the day, you aren't paying for it, right? PUBG Corp want this map pool in. Yes, they've given their best shot with it. Yes, things will evolve and we'll see things update, but this is here to stay. So you guys best get practicing and get yourself ready for it. I hope that's what the Group A teams have been doing.
Of course, like it was about in these Group A and B games, it was about 24% of the games were played on Sanhok. That if you can get the majority of your points on 24%, that would be good enough. But look at this face, still water occupied. It goes down towards northeast. Man, this is crazy. If Sanhok wasn't small enough already, it's gotten a hell of a lot smaller just from that circle.
And no one has gone for Mongnai yet.
Yeah.
No one went for that northern side. They weren't banking on it going there. Now, we spoke about it before. Camp Charlie was one place, but this time around, it's going to be Camp Bravo for the Tempest players. As the boom, nicely done, finds GRISHKAPOWER, easily lands the headshot there when he's put on the floor, and that'll be a nice kill for them to pick up going into this one. And is the Deep still alive? Yeah, he's still hanging in there.
Yep.
He's just out on his own in one building saying, okay, I must just hang in there and do as much as possible.
I tell you what.
No, you don't knock your teammate, not in a game like this. And they're still trying to rotate, and 4Kings are going to rotate past them. Oh, awkward.
Oh, now Tempest going up against MJ-Esports. They're far inside circle. You also have Red Foxes behind them as a grenade goes through. It's not going to connect too much as we see Moon for Jokers gets blasted on the 4Kings, and we're also seeing PG-18 pop off against Brute Force. That's going to put Brute Force down to 1 member, but Team Moops come in and get the return fire into PG-18. Kill feed is popping off while Tempest and MJ are still going at each other.
Yeah, Moops is not going to slow down. They know they've got the dominance here. They know they've got the confidence as well. Can you hear Windows noise in your ear?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell did that come from?
I don't know.
No. I was like, am I going crazy? Is this in the game now?
I put my phone on silent. Like,
yeah,
I'm not getting a notification. Like,
definitely not us.
Oh no! Look at that tab. Actually, he takes himself out, I think, to avoid a point. So that's not the worst.
Joker's just rotated a bit too late. Met 4Kings on the bridge trying to go across on the east. Well, go east from the western island, and it hasn't worked out too well for him. The Boom's still just trying to make his way through. Set may get across, but the 4Kings guys are shooting at him. While Tempest, they are not letting off against the MJE guys.
And I'll tell you what, that's not good for Jokers, right? Because they are holding on to a place. They're only 7 points ahead of No Tag Team. No Tag Team are still a full squad. They're actually the only team traveling in from the south of the circle, so they have a lot of space, a lot of room to move around and find a solid position to get those shots off, because they also need every single point that they can get. We still have 14 teams, still 44 players left in this game.
Jokers, the boom set, they're meeting up now. They're going to try and push their way through. They know they have to hang together as a team and try and find a way into this new circle. The next circle will exclude water, but it will just mean that we have less land to work with. This is going to be a tough one, regardless, for all of these teams. Who can get themselves in a better position coming into it? We're still looking at No Tag Team trying to find their way in from the south. They've got BetterLuckNxTime just over towards the east of them. Tempest holding on just above Camp Bravo, but they've been fighting MJ and not being able to break the hold into it, which is impressive from MJ. They're able to hold on to such a push coming in that was fully aggressive towards them.
It looked initially quite aggressive from Tempest, but they've held on for now. They're going to see how this next phase shifts. Nobody still has gone anywhere near Mongnai. There's quite a decent space, quite a few compounds on that coastal line up north that is unoccupied. So we could see Istanbul Wildcats with that circle shift head in past Mongnai, because there's at least 2 sets of compounds. You look at Red Foxes, they're in a 2-2 split. Team Moops, they're surrounding the final member of Brute Force, that is HalloSenpai, and then ELGIGANTEN are just up north from them.
And ELGIGANTEN, they want to continue to push this boat further, currently in 7th place. There's no water anymore. The boat they're pushing is their mental strength. It's their teamwork. It's everything they have left to give on this final game to ensure they will be within the top 8.
Look at Jokers. They're walking right into Istanbul Wildcats.
It's a trap.
Set is taken out. The boom realizes this and gone, I'm avoiding this because I want to secure our top 8 position.
Jokers, the boom, the final member standing here.
Final countdown.
It is, in so many ways. Yeah. Those final points he wants to try and grab. I want to see how many did they get many kills when they fought 4 Kings? Maybe 1 or 2?
1.
And this is a problem because they need far more than that. They're currently in 8th place, and they need to ensure No Tag Team and Red Foxes do not go ahead of them. Both teams are still up in it as well. But here we go. This is a nice one from Huge Potential. Shots coming in. EHOT able to take down the Wildcats, pressure them away, and the Wildcats now running for their lives, sprinting as it be, but it might not be enough. So many shots coming out towards them. The players have fallen. The players have gone down, and the boom even steals one away.
Huge Potential helping Jokers, creating that space. And Huge Potential, you got to say, they've proven a good entry point into the circle from the west-hand side.
The 4 Kings players went for a super rotation down south and tried to pop back up and come into the north. They run into No Tag Team. One of them gets knocked. Higgy's just going to be left to die by the looks of it. And his teammate Manny is going to try and get on the bike and go elsewhere. He's given it his all for this last game, but it's just not going to work out for him.
I was wondering where they were because I was like...
They disappeared.
Yeah, like, you know, because I saw them up north, right?
Yeah, by Tapmock at the moment. They came over the bridge and went there and then went all the way around. So a long rotation. They want to avoid the likes of Jokers, Huge Potential, and Istanbul Wildcats. And they did manage to do that, but then they ran straight into No Tag Team and lost 1 player.
And now he's going to feel a brunt of shots come out from Mookie Bookie. Going to head into Camp Bravo, crash into it, hopefully stay alive, as Higgy does get taken out finally by Nailup, going down, and a point going in the favor of No Tag Team. And you know what? That's every point that No Tag Team needs. Yeah. So could that be the point that puts No Tag Team into the top 8? It's going to be
so many factors.
Juicy.
There's so much to take into consideration with this. All of our teams that need to be in it are still within it, but there is 13 teams anyway.
True.
38 alive, and the new circle pops. We're going all the way over towards this western side. Moops getting a little bit of a gift thrown their way. PG-18 as well, and Deep, he's still in it. He's still in with a fighting chance now.
4 Kings do get eliminated. Manny, it was only kind of a matter of time, does go over in the favor of BetterLuckNxTime, which is going to help BetterLuckNxTime, because even though they are in 6th place, it's not a super comfortable spot that they were in from a points point of view. So another point will help their cause as ghostar gets down and takes down Alrain from Huge Potential. Again, just another point in the favor of ELGIGANTEN to hold on to that top 8 spot. Oh, man.
I'm really hoping we put the thing which tracks the live score updates on the left-hand side like we had before on the phases. I'm hoping producer Timmer can give me what I want, so I can really see how this could be going down, because this could be right to the wire for some of these teams. Their hopes and dreams are on the line based on this performance, based on today overall, based on 32 games. But now it comes down to Sanhok. Deep still spraying away. Actually finds himself getting a knock in there. He's looking for more to be done. There's 2 kills in total for Northern Lights, and they want as many as they can get. Deep looking to try and find another way in, looking to try and bounce back and fight them off. He's got a player crawling quite near him as well. He might not be fully aware of it, but I believe he did knock that player down. So there is a way that he might be able to eliminate MJ-Esports here.
And we did see Red
nice
Foxes come in and actually help Northern Lights, because it took down Ojala. But while he finds Juno, he had
Brilliant.
take down KnorkiS. MJ eliminated. That, like I said, Red Foxes, Co-Fest, helping Northern Lights with those points by getting those kills.
For Deep, he is saying, that's the way I like it. That's the way I want these things to go in my favor, because I've been stuck on my own in this little hut for quite some time.
KnorkiS from ELGIGANTEN was taken out. That takes a man away from ELGIGANTEN's cause. Can they return the fire into huge potential outside circle? All the while, PG-18 finds BetterLuckNxTime. Kizik taken out.
Getting those additional points. AmerouuS on to Faultlessly. More coming the way of PG-18. They're not done yet. They've had 2 wins today. Yep. Can they make it a third? Can they solidify in full confidence this top 8 position? ghostar's going to go down. That's another player lost now. And double stole it away. Hawk's like, what? Wait, what? I shot him. Who did that? And now he's got to be careful as well, because he can get shot from the side. And that's exactly what happens. The shots come in. Double does more. He doubles down in every way and brings more points for the Moops.
And then we see the boom. The final member of Jokers was able to get a kill onto one member of Red Foxes, but does go down in 11th place at the hands of Jevles.
More and more chaos starts to happen. PG-18 have moved out a little bit further to see what's going on. Moops, they're being cut off in this new circle. HalloSenpai on his own, waiting it out to see what goes down for brute force. MOORPHEUS from ELGIGANTEN, he's a solo player and he doesn't have many options of where to look, because everyone around him has been killed, including members of the other teams, and Moops are just looking for him, hungry to take this fight.
So now that Jokers are eliminated, every single point needs to be extracted by no tag team, because I think we were seeing a bit of a trade and trade. Every time Jokers got a kill, no tag team were kind of getting a kill. So it's up to no tag team. It's in their control. They've got nobody else around them that they need to worry about. They're on the south side of the circle. All hands on deck for them as the shots are being popped off by Hawkeye towards huge potential, and he's going to back off as BetterLuckNxTime do go out to the play zone. Fate was their last member. He's not able to survive. More importantly, he does not give another point over to no tag team.
They need all the points they can get. PG-18 taking a bit of damage from Give It, but he can't connect the shots to put him down just yet. Clibs on the floor from Co-Fest, and Red Foxes might be able to get an additional one in. That's exactly what happened, but they're not done yet. Hjort's also going down. Time will tell. Morpheus needs to be careful. He's healing himself up. He's taking damage from the blue. He's snaking his way throughout all of this. He's just trying to stay alive to get any additional points. He knows his key. He's spraying away as he watches himself go down. He needs to try and save himself in any way possible. He's too far in. He doesn't want to give any away points, and he's just spraying it out, trying to get the job done. Tempers are out in 9th this time around.
I'll tell you what, this is a team I didn't really factor in too much coming into this game, because they haven't had a good day. That was Red Foxes. But if they can get enough points again with Jokers eliminated, if they can overtake it.
This is the real-time standings. Producer Tim are looking after us once again. This is how it's going down. Jokers still are in it. But if no tag team can pull off something incredible here, and they still have 4 players alive, they can easily steal that away. Jokers are literally watching this, thinking, what do we do? How does this go down? They must be on the edge of their seats.
Man, so no tag team. They've got 1 point so far, putting them closer. That leaves them only about 9 points away from overtaking Jokers. But it's all going wrong for now, as a grenade by PG-18 knocks down Yannick, who was ahead. There's nobody else from no tag team directly close by, and because we see Team Moops looking to pop shots towards PG-18, that could help no tag team's cause.
Deep is thinking, I want that top spot, and I'll do it as a solo player. I'll make it happen. He's going to run around the side, but KofEST hears him. The shots come in, and Northern Lights are going out in 7th. That's all they're going to be able to do this time around.
Oh my God, Red Foxes are going to try and give it a good show. They will look to possibly overtake No Tag Team. Even for now, it will be able to help them.
Look at HalloSenpai. He's in the middle of all the Moops players, prone. He is looking around. He's hearing it all go down, but he is not willing to fight this yet. He's doing anything he can just to show that he can move them up a little bit further. And remember, right, it's yes, we're talking about the top 8 so much, but so you don't drop back into open, doing better here is one of the options.
That is very true. As Yannick does get confirmed by Zolters of huge potential, putting No Tag Team down to 3 players. And with Nail up in the blue zone, will he be able to get out there? I think he was just healing up and now look to move in, but EHOT does knock him down.
Now remember, these real-time standings don't factor in placement points yet. This is just based on the kills that we're seeing so far. Time will tell how this goes down, but it gives us a good understanding of where it can end just on the kill points alone so far. Nailup's going to die out to the zone as well. This is not what No Tag Team would have wanted. No. It's just O'Connell and Give It left, and PG18 are trying to wrap around them.
I'll tell you what, though, we've seen in previous games where it's just been O'Connell and Give It left standing for No Tag Team, and they've gotten a good lot of work done in those games. But Sanhok, this is where it gets crazy as KofEST, a one-man army for Red Foxes, but gets shut down by Reggie Beardo finally. That's going to stop Red Fox's cause to get into the top 8.
Give It's down and out of it. The Blues sapping him away. EHOT able to get the job done. Return fire comes in. O'Connell managed to get one, but he needs to get the finish off, but it's not going to happen. No Tag Team in 5th place. They won't be making it this time around. Jokers have done enough.
Now the thought comes through of, will Team Moops be able to get that chicken dinner? Will they be able to overtake Tempest, Northern Lights, and Airstation Mike?
Time will tell. Moops, this is their stomping ground. They're in the best position. They've got the most players alive. They're dealing with 3 solo players. They find HalloSenpai. Finally, he jumps up. He goes in against Reggie. Can they save him in time? Can they keep him going? No, they can't. Kadoran now coming into this. He's dancing around the bricks. They're jumping over each other. They're running around the sides. Can he get the job done? Brute Force go down in 4th. And now there's 2 members left alive in total for Moops. What else can they get done here?
So it's 2v1, 3 teams. No, make that 2 teams because huge potential. Get eliminated at the hands of Kate Doran. It's 2v1 with Nemeth across.
Oh no!
It's going to be pinched behind the tree, down to 50 health. The Molotov is going to be popped out while Kate Doran fires shots off to keep Nemeth back.
Hawkey ready for it, spraying it out. And Moops, the dominant gods of Sanhok, take the win once again. 11 kills strong, and Sanhok truly is their stomping ground. They will not let anyone take it away from them.
My God, and I really want to know, how are the Group A teams going to deal with that?
They're going to be looking at this going, like biting their fingernails, scared as hell. I don't know what that little scream was. I tried to go high pitch.
Okay.
It happens occasionally.
But man, what a valiant effort from all those teams. Like Jokers, they tried to put all the work in. Even KofEST for Red Foxes at the end, he was super active because he knew they needed all the points, so he couldn't be passive. He had to try and get as many kill points as he could, and it was just because of that shutdown from Team Moops that stopped their chance.
Over and over again, there was chances for these teams. And yes, it comes right to the wire in this last game, but you should never be in a position where you're having to leave it to that, right? You had 32 games to do it in. Yes, you've got to find your feet in those early games, but it's about who can adapt fastest, who can reinvent themselves, just slight little changes, who can ensure that they have those confident games and are in their best position. If it requires an hour or 2 of warming up beforehand or whatever extra step you need to take, that is what it comes down to. The top 8 teams we have that qualify into the main playoff part, right, where we can have now the best 16 teams from both groups. That is what they've been trying to do. That's what this long road's been about, and this is only just the beginning. They thought this was hard. Well, wait until they get to next week.
You are dead right. It's where the challenge really begins next week. We saw a lot of action in these games. Hell, the last 2 days really...
They ramped it up.
They ramped it up, and all these teams deserve a lot of respect for all the work that they've put in. Of course, the 8 teams that haven't made it through to the final stage, they'll be able to reset themselves, put in the work, because you'll have the Contenders promo phase. There's still going to be a lot of PUBG opportunity and actions ahead in the coming months.
And obviously, for any teams that are looking at this right now and thinking, I want to be involved and I can do better than some of these teams, well, get yourself into Open, get signed up, get ready. Try and qualify. Me and Cormac might be commentating you coming into the next season. Only time will tell, but you have to give it your all. And trust me, for a game like PUBG, it really does require your all. Ask any of these players that are trying to make this happen, because it's the dream for them to get to the PUBG Europe League, which takes place in Berlin. It's a live setting, your team around you. And that's also a very different dynamic compared to just playing online. You have to first perform online in your ultimate comfort zone. Then you have to go to a stage with tons of cameras around you, a different atmosphere, a different vibe, and you need to then bring your absolute A game. Now, for one last time, match 32, we'll be looking down the scoreboards from the final Sanhok game for Group B.
A little bit sad for Airstation, Mike. They didn't score a point in that game. It's very unusual. It's a rarity.
They just went, you know what, we've heard Cormac and Banks talk for a long time about not getting points, so we'll just give them one time where we have nothing, just to throw that in, spanner in the works, you know. But here is how it went down. Moops walked away with 21 points in that first place. 11 kills alongside it. And it's just incredible how good they were overall on this map. It's just such an impressive part of what they were able to do. PG-18 even grabbing another 11 points there at the end as well. As fair play.
And Red Foxes have got 9 kills. They couldn't have really done much more outside of course, trying to get the chicken dinner. But double from Team Moops once again on top of the damage lead with 638 damage, followed by Huge Potential and Northern Lights.
I am so excited to see these final standings, who our 8 teams are going to be. But before that, there's 8 kills to be celebrated for KoFest on Red Foxes alone.
Can't say he didn't try.
No, he gave it his all in a big way. But this is our final head-to-head. Moops versus Huge Potential. Huge Potential won the game that Moops nearly won. And now they go, oh, well, Moops, we're going back on to Sanhok. We'll take that one, thanks. And Huge Potential will only walk away with that 3rd place when it comes to it. And in terms of who was doing the damage, well, it's no surprise it was Double. Double has been impressive, not just in this week, but across all of Group B.
6 kills, 638 damage. These are the 8 teams.
Oh, no tag team.
Going through. No tag team. In my eyes, definitely a disappointment. Red Foxes put in a valiant effort, as did Brute Force and Istanbul Wildcats.
Just try and think. Wildcats at the beginning of this week were 4th, and then they end in 12th. That must be so crushing. I saw them again last phase, and they were looking strong at the beginning, and it slowed down. They've got to find a way to keep going, to keep pushing forward. I know it's hard. I know you have to do a lot of research, a lot of prep, and get yourself ready, but it's time to make it happen. Jokers, they have managed to get the job done in 8th place. ELGIGANTEN in 7th. BetterLuckNxTime 6th. PG-18 5th. Tempest 4th. Northern Lights 3rd. Airstation might go from 1st to 2nd, and Moops jump all the way up with 140 kill points, 84 placement points, 224 in total, and take 1st place for Group B. But none of that means anything. You just had to be within the top 8, because next week you're going up against the other best 8 teams from Group A, and everything will change. Everything will be different. The dynamic changes, the drop spot changes, the pressure changes, because that is their golden ticket to the PUBG Europe League.
But also, because it resets, right, they can just go in fresh, blank. They don't need to worry about, let's say, needing this many points. They can just go, okay, this is the start of a new chance, a new opportunity to get as many points and get into the promotional phase for PEL.
But that is what it's all about, right? That's their focus. And I think now, any teams that maybe had a slower start have to fight their way back in, like PG-18. At the beginning of the day, it didn't look like they were going to make it. They now have to say, whatever we felt today, whatever we did in the previous days, we now need to make that happen from the get-go. I don't care where teams are dropping. Maybe even stick to your guns. Maybe go for new drop spots. You got a weekend now to do some serious research, probably while watching PUBG Europe League like the rest of us, and then making sure you're in your absolute best position possible, because now no mistakes can be counted. There is no way they're going to be able to wait until the last week to say, oh, yeah, I want to try and get into top 8 now. They've still got a hell of a lot of work to do.
Of course, you want to... you don't want to fall off, and it's always nice to climb back, but you want to give yourself an easy job, right? Look at Airstation, Mike. Yeah, okay, they kind of flopped off at the end, and they dropped down to 2nd, but at the end of the day, they got such a strong first week that they didn't need to worry about it so much. And even then, in the 2nd week, they still got strong points throughout the games. So, yeah, just don't give yourself such a hard start, the likes of PG18 and Tempest, because we've seen what you guys can do.
Well, that is it, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And if you're in the mood for more PUBG action, well, first of all, you can just click below, click on PUBG, see who else is streaming, go watch them, maybe talk to them about what's been going on in Contenders. But also for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're going to have the PUBG Europe League. It's been an absolute pleasure to be back this week and to be joined by Cormac throughout all of this. The games were crazy yesterday, and it was right to the wire once again. But on Monday, we start things off all over again with a brand new lobby. Teams that haven't faced each other in this setting, and time will tell how it's going to go down. We hope to see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Over and out.